Hey everybody, good evening. Happy Tuesday to everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. I know a lot of you guys are ready for this next IG interview with Ike, aka RA. So just waiting for you guys to come in and we can get things started. Hey Mikey, how you doing? I'm gonna check my email once I get off this. Hey Ike, I see you. Let me get you on here. Well, hello there.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How you doing? Let me just get my
I'm
camera and
good.
stuff ready.
Same here, trying to get mine together myself.
You doing okay today?
I'm doing good. For those of you guys who are wondering who my special guest is, this is Ike, aka RA.
Yes, it's me. How
He,
y'all doing?
yeah, he's all the above: singer, songwriter, actor.
Oh, actor.
Well,
Really?
acting on the reality series, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Peace.
But introduce yourself to everybody, even if I might have said some things wrong, we could clear it up.
No, that's me. That's me. I go by Ike. Professionally, I go by Array. I'm definitely a singer, songwriter. I'm a musician, and most recently an actor as well. So yeah, you kind of hit everything on the head. How y'all doing? I see y'all.
Okay. So overall, whatever I know, I usually ask everybody this question once I get them on here. How are you doing overall? Even though we're like into like a year of this whole pandemic, how are you taking everything?
I'm taking everything good. At first, it was kind of rocky because you had a lot of stuff going on politically, right? Uh,
Hmm.
in, in the world, you had the Black Lives Matter movement just on a super high, and then the pandemic hit. So it's like all of those things going on at one time. At one point, it kind of tripped me out, and I had got kind of sad. I had a little meltdown. But as
Hmm.
things continue to progress, um, it's almost like a blessing in disguise when you think about hustling and having to be innovative and creative while enduring the pandemic. So overall, God is still good, still sits on the throne. So
That's good because I know we all gone through it. So that's why I'm saying let me get your perspective of everything
yeah, it's bittersweet.
now because I know a lot of people are going to probably already know you on different like different web series and reality series and everything. Would you like to tell them what you've been in or what you are on?
No, I was just playing. I was seen on season 2 of G Status ATL Hustle. That is the only reality show that I've done
Hmm.
and probably will do.
Hey, Alex. We see, because the thing about it, a lot of people don't know when you was introduced on G Status ATL Hustle, they showed you when you were on Wheel of Fortune.
That's true. Yes. So yeah, in 2015, that was actually my first year in Georgia. I was a contestant on Wheel of Fortune.
Yep.
Hey Lamar.
Hey, Lamar, we see you.
Hey everybody.
Hey, y'all. So that's good because everybody like your background with it being green and all.
Once again, because of the pandemic, like now Zoom is the thing, Instagram Live is the thing. So it's like you got to incorporate your own.
Hmm.
Now we got backgrounds on walls and shit.
Oh, yeah. And Alex just put also the voice of Chase, the assistant, and the assistant too.
Definitely. So voice actor as well. Is that what you call that? A voice actor? Alex gave me my first gig as a voice actor
Uh
in the
huh.
assistant, and the assistant 2 will be coming out soon as well, the sequel to that. How
Okay.
could I forget?
See, you knew that. You want to make sure we all knew that.
Right.
Lamar said that was just for you. Oh my gosh, really, Lamar?
Lamar is the star of the assistant, by the way.
I know who Lamar is. I know Lamar. I remember him from Real Eyes with Corey Knott.
Okay.
That's how I know who he is.
Who?
No, that's how I know who Lamar is.
Who he is. Gotcha. Okay.
That's how I know who he is.
Love Lamar.
Now, since you dibble into, like with acting, singing, and everything, what made you get into? What made you want to sing?
What made me want to sing? The fact that I know how. And as I started doing it more and more, I realized people liked it and I was good at it. So I decided to kind of polish it. And I had my first performance in 2005. And I think to hear the feedback from so many people, like in a stadium full of people, I was like, damn, that's for me. So it was something that I wanted to feel as I continued to perform. So I went to school, majored in music performance. See, I was a musician as well. So I went to school in March at Jackson State. I was in the band as well. So I think just through my experience, just continuing to perform and the feedback, that kind of shaped who I am or who I want to be as a singer and performer.
Gotcha. Okay. Interesting. Because I never knew that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And I know Alex is bringing up the badass read. Want to talk about that song right there?
Do I want to talk about Badass?
Yeah, because he said he put badass remix and he put you see on the comments and everything.
Yeah, so Badass, that's something I did too. So I always say I'm a better writer than I am a singer. So I guess I tried my hand at rapping, so to speak. What it is Cash Doll is my favorite woman rapper. So during the battle between the versus battle between Gucci Man and Young Jeezy, I think it was DJ Infamous who he spun a song, and I was like, wait, what is that song? It was a Cash Doll song. I was inspired by the song. I was like, man, I want to remake this. So I enlisted the help of Carl, also known as K-Star, and Marley J, and we came together and collabed on it, and it actually turned out.
I said shout out to them because I like their.
Oh yeah, very, very, very talented boys. So it got we did that. I didn't really have any expectations for it, but when I heard the song, I was like, man, we got to shoot a video for this. So it was a fun project.
Do you have creative control when you do your video concepts, or is it something that just maybe the director says, or maybe you have an input of saying, no, I want this, or maybe just from because I know sometimes musicians as yourself, you guys have different visuals when you lay down a song and when it's finished. How does your creativity kind of go with that?
Well, let me just say this: I have not yet dived into the visual aspect of my artistry. That was actually my first video. I don't know why I did a video for it, but I thought it was cool because the song came out way better than I thought it would. So I'm trying to figure out how I don't even remember how I came up with the concept. At first, I wanted it to be like this industrial feel, like a warehouse. But then I was thinking about, I was like, okay, well, how about like graffiti walls kind of show the little 5 Points area of Atlanta. And so it was just a fun project. Like I didn't have any expectations for that song.
Okay, that's good to know. Well, alrighty. Now, what made you go by Array?
Array. So Array came about when I think about my love for the thesaurus, right? When I was young, I always had a love for the thesaurus. I always wanted to speak differently, like vocabulary wise. And that was one of my words, array. I would say array. And when I think about my style, my vocal style, I could just do an array of things. I'm not just an R&B singer. I can rap if need be. I can do a country record. I can sound gospel. You know what I'm saying? I was trained classically, so there's some operatic stuff that I'm able to do too. So the whole variety of my artistry, I was like, okay, my name can be Array because I represent a collection of different things.
Okay. Now, since we're talking about your music, who are some of the people you've been influenced? music wise?
Music wise, I have my mom to thank for my just my the soundtrack of my life. I
Mm-hmm.
always tell people I missed out on the '90s era, and that's because during that time, me being a mama's boy, I would listen to what she was listening to. So she was listening to '60s, '70s, and '80s, right? So Teddy Pendergrass, Barry White, Aretha Franklin, Gladys Knight, the Gap Band, the Shy Lights, the Unifix, old groups like that, Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. I think that's what kind of they influenced me. But as far as inspiration, my biggest inspiration has been Trey Songz.
Okay. And why?
Just because at the time when he came out, I've been following him since 2005, and when he came out was around the time I figured out that I wanted to be a singer. And when I saw him, I saw a brown skinned guy with braids, really skinny, big clothing, with a nice voice. And at the time when I looked in the mirror, I saw that as well. So it kind of inspired me. And his whole mission was, I gotta make it. You know, he came out with his first album, I gotta make it.
Yeah,
And that was that was the theme of my life at the time. So I just always felt connected to him.
Have you met him yet? Or
Yes, I know him personally. Me and his mom are actually friends. That's how far that I go back. Like before he actually came out mainstream, I was following him. I came out to his mom before I came out to my own mom.
Ooh.
So that's another cool fact about me liking Trey Songz.
Alrighty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually speechless. There's nothing else left to say about that. But like you said, with your style and everything, what would you consider your style? I know you say you listen to the '60s, '70s, but like R&B wise, because I know you say you have a mix of R&B and like a little bit of hip hop. But what would you define your sound as? The name of it?
I would say primarily R&B because I love R&B more than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
I do have gospel influences, country influences. Like I can do it all. That's kind of the reason I'm putting out these records, these remixes with like these, hip hop urgencies, because I don't want to be typecasted as just the person who sings these soul. Like when I came out with Wish You Were Here, is such a soulful song. I don't want to be typecasted as, he's a soul singer. That's what he does.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to kind of play to my stage name. Like I could do it all.
Now, my friend Jamal, he says hi and everything. He put, "Do you like Brandy?"
Hey Jamal, yes, I love the vocal Bible. Oh boy, I really started too high.
Okay, we ain't doing all that. We trying to get shut down. Right.
Love Brandy.
Because I know Jamal wanted to ask that question right there.
You gotta love Brandy. I feel like if you're a musician, you cannot help but love Brandy.
I totally agree with you on that one. Totally agree. Now, since we've gone into the music and everything, like you said, when I heard "Wish You Were Here" or "Wish You Was Here," that song, when I heard it, it gave me like a Sam Cooke vibe. It made me think about "Change Gonna Come." That's what made me think. When I first heard it, I was like, okay.
Wow, thank you for. The funny thing is, somebody compared me to Sam Cooke yesterday. So to hear you say it right now is crazy. I'll never be able to accept that compliment.
I heard it because that's the first thing I thought about. It made me think of the beginning of when the song first started.
Wow.
Hey.
That's a big compliment. Yeah, I had to reach down in my soul for "Wish You Were Here." I wrote it based on personal experience, so I wanted what I was singing about to be translated through the vocal.
Okay. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's very good. That's very interesting to know, because when you hear you bearing your soul, it is like a vulnerability. But it feel like you really are genuinely singing, and not how some people, when they sing, it sounds forced. None of that.
Yeah, no, I went through that, so that's why it sounded like I was going through that at the time I recorded it. So it was easy to kind of translate that emotion.
No, that's good, because some people, you definitely right now, what's going on music wise, we're hearing the same thing, but it's good to know that you're trying to do something different, but at the same time pay homage to the past.
Yes. Thank you for saying that.
Because this show, trust me, you guys check out his music after you watch this interview, so that way you guys know what I'm talking about. And now since we've gone to the music route, are you working on an album or EP or anything like that you want to talk about?
Not working on an album, not working on an EP. I have a couple songs recorded. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do. Another one is like a spin-off of a Trey Songz song.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to have a declared single as well, which may be released in April. But no EP, no album. I don't think it's necessary right now.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to fall into having too much material that is taken away from my... Because, you know, in today's music, it's about a hit song.
That's true.
You know, we're flocking up with the hits. So I don't want to put out a whole, like, 8 songs. And then it's like 3.5 of them are good, but it kind of takes away, it distracts you from the great song that I have. So Wish You Were Here is still doing good. It's been accomplishing some things that I never would have thought it would. So I'm just continuing to push that song. Okay. So I'm being very strategic about what I do going forward.
Very smart.
Thank you, Terrence.
And then Polybarrel 5 says, awesome, just keep grinding. Yes, definitely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now let's get back to the acting. Now, we know we've talked about, like, even I know Alex in the comments that brought up, you know, different stuff like you the voice of Chase, and then talking about the assistant too. How did those, and then like G Status, ATL Hustle, how did all those opportunities come your way?
Well, with G Status, right, I feel like this was the first time I was seen in a televised way, G Status. And that was me just wanting to kind of expand my brand.
Mm-hmm.
Because I try to do something every year, you know. Okay. So I was like, what could I do this year? And I was already familiar with the show, so just to kind of expand my stock business, expand my music career, I was like, I want to be able to reach another market of people. And the crazy thing is, before that, my music had only, I don't think I had kind of tapped into the LGBTQ community, because the gigs that I would get, it would be like at straight venues. So this was kind of, I used it as well to kind of transition into the market of LGBTQ.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, from you being on G Status, ATL Hustle, how do you think did you like how you were portrayed? Do you feel like they could have did stuff a little bit better?
I'll just say this. No, I don't like how I was portrayed. That's exactly what it was, a portrayal for the sake of a story. I will say I understand. Because you do have to create storylines, whether they are imaginary or, you know, based on one fact, but then sensationalized. So I understand the TV aspect of it, but luckily for me, I think I was able to lead with my character, and the people who are real, they kind of see who I am through the character that was created for me. And I think it worked for my good, because it allowed me to connect to a lot of different people, and a lot of opportunities became of it. So it's bittersweet, but I'm thankful for the experience.
Do you still keep in contact with anybody from the cast?
I do, yeah. I keep in touch with Devon. I don't have a problem with anybody, but I talk to Devon. I'm cool with Tramel, Akeem, Sherrod, Delicious. Yeah, I don't have a problem with anybody.
Okay. That's good to know. Because, you know, sometimes, you know, we see one side, you know, when everything is being filmed, and then we see a different side, you know, when the reunions. And then sometimes once the cameras are, like, done, you get to see a totally different side of everybody. So it just made me wonder.
Oh, yeah. You know, the people involved, too. You know, people are different on camera than off camera. So there's that aspect of it as well. But luckily for me, I only navigate toward the people who are most like me.
Now, out of all the projects you've done and everything, like, you know, like with the acting wise, and maybe like the voice, you know, the voice of Chase thing, what's been your favorite project you've done?
What has been my favorite?
Acting,
you know what? All of them were so individually dynamic, I don't think I could pick a favorite because with G Status it was like reality. You know what I'm saying? And I watched reality. With my first role in a movie, Lando King gave it to me. I was in Aspired, right? So I got to play this high profile musician, like an R&B superstar. So it was great kind of playing a role that I'm hustling to become. I enjoyed that. And with Alex giving me, but you know, from that, I figured out that I don't want to be an actor. So when Alex came and said, hey, can you voice this role? I was like, okay, I can definitely voice the role. So that was a great experience as well, kind of seeing how he took just the audio of what I did and translated it and fit it into the movie. So all of them were dynamic in their own way.
That's good. Shout out to Alex and Lando.
Yes, both super talented filmmakers and screenwriters.
Now, with all these different creative outlets, in different companies who are doing different stuff that we see, will be your dream project if you had the opportunity to be on somebody else's platform that you haven't worked with already? Who would it be, or who would they be?
That's a good question. TV is not really my thing.
Well, it don't really have to, it could be TV, it could be like another reality series or anything like that, or maybe just something else. Like, it don't really have to be like one specific thing, but what would be like the dream project for like Ike?
My dream project. Okay. You know what one of my dream projects, I would say, there's a show called Songland on NBC, right? I actually submitted for it and made it to the round where I had an audition with the NBC executives. It's basically a show about, it's like you shop your song to an A-list artist, and they pick between, you get to perform it in front of the artist and work with songwriters to kind of revamp the song for their A-lister. And they pick whose song would best fit their style. So I didn't make it past the interview with the executives, but that would be my dream project. I want to know how like an A-list superstar feels about the song that I wrote for myself. So I think that would be a dream project.
Nice. Now I'm gonna do a part 2 of that.
Okay.
Like we're talking about Songland and everything. Who are some of the artists you want to write for? If given an opportunity.
Who do I want to write for?
Well, you know what? You don't got to say no. One, just say the ones you feel like, the ones that you think of, you admire, who are still out there. Who would you write for?
I would love to write for Adele.
Okay.
I would like to write for country singer Chris Stapleton. Definitely want to do a song for him. Shawn Mendes. I could do a Faith Evans song. K. Michelle. I would like to be a part of her team of writers as well.
Okay. Jamal put Brandy. You better say Brandy.
Brandy. I don't know Brandy's style well enough and who she's trying to become since what is it? Is it B7, B5?
Yeah, B7.
B7. I don't know. I wouldn't know what to write for Brandy. I don't know who she is these days.
Okay. But those are good names that you brought up.
Oh yeah, I would love to. And if I had to work with somebody, I would love to collaborate with Trey Songz and Jamie Foxx.
Okay.
And Kane. Kane said, "Write for me." I can write for you, Kane.
That's okay. I ain't mad at you on that. You got some good choices right there.
Yes.
Now, with all this going on and everything, I'm gonna let you guys know a little secret because Ike and I, we've talked before this interview, and he actually wanted to come on my platform because he liked what he's seen from me previously. Now, when I hit you up and everything, what was your reaction when I hit you up saying, "Yo, Ike, would you be down to do the interview and everything?" What was your Sorry about that. We had a little problem. But I was saying, how did you feel when I hit you up and everything?
Oh, I was grateful. I'm always grateful when people find space for me, on their platform. It's always because I feel like when bloggers, when journalists, when anybody in mass media asks you to do interviews or asks you to kind of collaborate with them in this form, it's saying that it's saying that I have something that's worth talking about and that's noteworthy enough for you to share dialogue. So I'm always flattered when interviewers and just anybody in mass media reaches out to me. Hey, Pierre. So thank you again for this opportunity.
Oh, you're very welcome. And since we went through the nitty gritty and everything, why don't we ask some people? We get some people to ask some questions. So if anybody has a question for Ike, feel free to write them down. Hey, Tremel, we see you.
Yeah, I'm an open book. Hey, Tremel.
So if you guys see the little bubble where it has a question mark on there, write the question down, and we will get Ike to answer those questions.
Yes, very true. Ask some questions, y'all.
Because I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. So you're a little bit more. So while we're waiting for the questions, do you feel a little bit more comfortable now? Because I know at first you was a little nervous and everything.
Nervous, it's always like even when I sing, it's yes, the green solo. I was never nervous to come on because it's you asking me questions about me, so I know the answers to the questions about me. But it's always like a pre-performance anxiety. Like even when you sing, it's like that kind of pre-thing, waiting for it to happen. But once you're on, then it's good.
Oh goodness! Here's the first question from Paul. He said, "Ike, are you single? LOL." Oh Lord.
Yes, I am single. Single as a Pringle.
Oh my gosh. So that way people, because I know people are going to ask you that question, are you single?
Mm-hmm. Single and not looking, but single, yes.
Okay. Now, hopefully, Jamal, that answered your question right there. We're getting everybody coming in. Question, and just before somebody else asks a question, would you ever collaborate with Tremel?
I can see. Let me explain that, because a lot of people ask me what I don't know if there is room for two singers to collaborate. What's the last song you heard with two male singers on
it? Ooh, well, that's a good question.
Good question, right? So anytime I agree to do something, I want it to be for a reason. Even when rappers ask me to collaborate, my first question is for what? Like what? For what? Why? Just because we are in music? It has to be a goal, right? And it's crazy.
Look at the comment. Like, why you saying that thing? Case and Joe. Okay, we know Case and Joe work, but he's talking about like recently did something together. Because that's when I could think of that we saw two males doing something together was
Usher and that's the last R&B collaboration between males that I can even think of, and I think I was in 7th grade when that came out. So it's almost like what would be the reason? Mm-hmm. But I'm open. Well, I'm not gonna say I'm open to collaboration because a few people have asked me. I don't know. Say it again.
You want to make sure it's organic and right.
Not even that, but I don't even feel I'm still a new recording artist, so I don't feel like I have enough in my own catalog to go in and collab with other people. I want to establish myself as an individual recording artist before working with other people. I barely work with myself.
Yeah, you got a lot of comments saying we don't have singers anymore, and I think that's the root of the problem, which I agree. That's very true.
Maybe so.
I love your voice energy. It's everything your voice is. Everything your voice is having said. That's very nice.
Thank you. God bless you. God bless.
Hello, Mr. Castanero.
Speaking of people that I would collab with.
Okay. Come on, guys. You got some more questions. Don't be scared, you guys. We're just getting everybody coming up in here because of you. It's all because of you, like.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, y'all can ask questions.
Don't be scared, y'all. Because I know a lot of people are probably going to ask, it's probably the same questions when we would probably talking, probably who just coming in. Because, you're going to have people, like you say, you want to write for Chris Stapleton, country singer, but any other country artists that you like?
Oh yeah, I like Josh Turner. I like Sarah Evans. I like Jessica Andrews. Um, who else? That's
Melly
pretty much
B, what's up?
that's pretty much it in the country. Hey Talia, what's up, Melly B?
Mm,
Yeah,
that's
that's it in the country, John.
Yeah, because when I think of you, I would have never. When you said country, I would have never thought you liked country music.
Oh yeah, I like country. It's the storytelling. Black people started country.
Of course. Oh, here we go. Here's another question. No, but that's true what you're saying about country artists. It says, "What is your definition between a recording artist and a singer?" Good question.
Hmm. The difference between a recording artist and a singer. I had to become at one point I had to become open minded because I was like, how do I want to say this? When you think of the word artist, right? An
Mm-hmm.
artist paints pretty pictures,
Mm-hmm.
and a singer is just a singer, somebody who knows how to sing. So, a recording art in today's world, you don't actually have to be a singer to be an artist, and you can kind
That's
of get by. So,
very true. You're right.
yeah,
Jerome
country
Trio.
has ties to soul. That's very true.
Oh, that's very true. That's very true. Another question says, like, how are you feeling about reality TV these days going back? These days, question mark, going back, question mark.
Are you meaning like on a local level, like you're chasing realities and the shit we do for love and
Probably all the above.
yeah. I'm watching Housewives, but I don't really have a feeling. I just kind of watching. Now I really like Chasing Atlanta this past season. Really enjoyed it. I like how they highlighted every single person on the cast. I like how there were stories. I like how it was good. I just like that they gave the proper attention and they highlighted the actual grind of everybody who
We're
was
just
who
having
was
a little
there.
moment
So
right
I,
there.
I enjoyed it. Am I going
Mm-hmm.
back? Am I going back? I don't know if I'm going back. I don't know. It would be a business move if I do. It wouldn't be because I'm you know just completely interested and want to do that. That's not how my
Mm-hmm.
that's not my story. It's a hobby.
Well, I kind of figure you wouldn't want to go back because I know you want to do stuff, have creative control, whatever you want to do.
Yeah,
It makes really out, shines you in the light where you want it, the direction which you're trying to go into as a person and just in general.
yeah, that's correct.
Because that's the way you come across. Because I know from when I watched G Status, it didn't really, because I know they were trying to showcase everybody. They kind of made it seem like you were kind of thirsty. And I know you're not thirsty. I know you.
Nah, I don't even like dudes that much to
Yeah,
be.
because I'm like, because they, how they had to, get storyline and everything and make it seem one way. And a lot of times they break stuff that's maybe like a 2 hour, maybe a couple hour conversation and try to mold it into like 20 minutes or how can I say, join it together.
Yeah, and if you think about the storyline compared to my actual story, it really doesn't make sense. So they kind of dropped the ball with that. When you think about me, I come out with a song called "Wish You Were Here," and I said I just got out of a relationship a
Mm-hmm.
few weeks before we started filming, and I still
Mm-hmm.
want that dude. So why would I be around here wanting to hoe around and interested in talk to other people when I just told y'all I'm heartbroken and wishing he was here? But you think I want y'all? So it don't make sense. But hey, it's reality TV.
Hey, you could clear it up. Hey, I'm glad you're clearing it up on here because you don't have a lot of these these outlets that let you clear the air or let you get everything together. So that way, right now, we're clearing the air. That way, if anybody who's a fan of yours who watch you, they can look at this interview and they'll see that you're still a human being. You're still a normal person, but just cameras are on you more.
Just cameras. Just cameras. And
Just cameras. But you know how they say, once that camera comes on, people really do show their true personalities a lot.
yeah, what an experience.
Is now, I know we're getting close to the end of everything. Well, almost getting close to the end, but is there anything else you want to clear up that maybe people might have gotten wrong, or maybe not just from reality series, just in general, that you want to clear up, period? You want to just say?
You know what? I think G Status, it's been so long since the episode has came out. There's people have forgotten about the show. People don't care about the show. Nobody's checking for it anymore. So I would hate to go back and address things that were
Mm-hmm.
the only thing I'll say something general, because as soon as I say something direct, that'll be screenshotted and
Mm-hmm. Well,
and
well, yeah, it doesn't really have to be with G Status ATL Hustle. It could just be anything that maybe people might have took the wrong way, because it doesn't really have to be, that serious. It could just be anything in general that you want to clear up, so that way
oh no,
anybody might just clear it up now.
nah, people don't even know me, so there would be nothing. There would be no misconception because nobody knows me. Like I have a small group of friends,
Mm-hmm.
and personal business is not something that has ever made it to the masses. So it's really nothing to clear up. Like these,
Okay.
yeah.
So you got more questions coming in there, right? Saying, because we are friends and I got to lighten the mood, who has the better band, your JSC or my family? Oh my goodness.
Fan.
I want to hear this. I want to hear this. I want to hear this.
So you're asking me, who idolized Jackson State while I was in high school, who got a scholarship to march for Jackson State, who went to Jackson State, who marched for Jackson State, the most feared organization in the SWAC, the summa cum laude of bands. You're asking me, or the Rattlers? Wait, what's the FAMU, the Marching 100? You're asking me, do y'all have a better band than the band that I marched in? I'm not going to answer.
Oh,
I'm just saying, love the boom.
Carl just joined just is on the comments right there. He just joined.
Hey, Star, what up?
What's up? We see
That's my boy.
That's my boy too. You seen the interview he and I did. I say yeah, I asked.
Like you said, we friends, so I'm not gonna answer, so we can remain friends. But shout out to FAMU. One thing I will say about FAMU is that instrumentation wise, I love their sound. I love their sound in Alabama A&M. It's something about it. The crazy thing, Alabama A&M don't even have they're not the most renowned band, and even with like opportunities, they haven't had many, but I love the sound of that band. Love the sound of Tennessee State. Love the sound of FAMU as well. So I feel like FAMU is one of the most colorful bands in the is that the MEAC conference? You should know this, Miami. What's up?
Oh wait, don't you go there with me. Don't you go there with me. I know this stuff. I ain't trying to be up in this. That's between y'all.
FAMU has one of the most colorful bands in the in HBCUs, period.
Now I'm gonna ask Carl this question. Carl, you have anything you want to ask Ike, since you guys have worked together?
Matter of fact, speaking of Carl, Carl released his remix to Up by Cardi B. Y'all gotta check it out.
I've heard that one. We gonna talk about that.
My boy don't even be understanding. Like, he is a fucking bot.
Do you still reside in ATL, or did you relocate?
No, I'm still in Georgia.
There you go, Jamal. Now I know you have a couple more questions on here. Say, would you do theater or plays? Good question.
I would do anything for a check, but me just, like, if somebody came to me with a role because they saw something that I was in, or they think that I could do it, and it came with a check attached to it, I would. But that's not something that I would say I would just go and be interested in and try to dive into. No.
Okay.
Oh, y'all moved to the swag. See, I didn't even know.
Yeah, so they have somebody coming in and say, I have no question, but I wanted to say thank you both for being so humble. Love y'all. Oh, that's so sweet, Terrence. I appreciate you.
And see that right there, that's prime example. If I was not on G Status, I would have never been able to be connected to people like Terrence, who just genuinely supports from the bottom of his heart. So thank you, love you too, Terrence.
We love you, Terrence. That was very nice. Let's see,
He's a
guys.
sweetheart.
Okay, this one says, I watched your Wheel of Fortune. But any more game shows in your future?
Hopefully. Hopefully. Y'all gotta understand, anything with a bag attached to it, I have tried to audition for another game show. So yeah, maybe we just stay tuned.
There you go.
Hey CJ.
Oh, sorry. We already answered that question. It was everybody just sending all these. Well, you know, but I think we answered a lot of questions right there.
Oh, y'all asking questions tonight. Come on, speed it up. I mean, heat it up. All of these nice questions. What y'all really want to know?
Oh, you ain't ready to know. You better for Now you said, see, now you know, welcome the bear on some people.
Nothing like that.
Let's see what. No, I'm just saying. Oh, this is a good question. Said, talk about your sock business. Please talk about your sock business. Let everybody know about that.
My sock business. So, like y'all mentioned, I was on Wheel of Fortune. When I came back from Wheel of Fortune, for those who don't know, I was on Wheel of Fortune. I actually won the game show. I was the winner of Wheel of Fortune, right? So, of course, there is a prize attached to that. When I got my prize money back, I was like, okay, I'm not a material person. What can I do with this prize money? So I decided to invest in myself. I started a sock collection in 2016. And, you know, it's been doing great ever since. So the name of the collection.
Since you done like G Status ATL Hustle and, you know, all the other projects, have you seen like a surge in like the sock business, like your business, like surge up in sales?
Here's what I'll say. The crazy thing about you mentioning G Status is that we have not even saw the episode when I went to Houston. That would have been an episode that actually spotlights, hey, he's a sock business owner and this is the name of his. But just from people finding me on Instagram and learning about me, there was a surge. So people do. And the crazy thing is, I don't even promote it like I should, because it's not a passion of mine. It's something I did for another stream of income. But people still show love and purchase stocks. So it's a blessing all around. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you never know, because you know that stock business, if you do it, because you know I've seen some of the stuff you've done. They've been really good.
Thank you. I currently have 12 styles. Just added a couple last year, a couple new styles. So yeah, go check it out. It's called The Sock Box. D-A Sock Box.
Y'all heard what he said. Oh goodness. It says, you may not remember me, but I sent you a message about your song and I told you it got me through a real tough time. You took out time. I'm trying to read it more because you gotta. But anyway, you know who we're talking about?
If I remember correctly, I think I do. You did tell me that you were able to connect with my song, and thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. That's one thing I'll say about Wish You Were Here. I wrote it to heal, but I never realized, or I never thought that it would have so much impact on people being able to relate to it. I had people who were separated from their fiance who said, hey man, I was able to feel it. Somebody lost their grandmother, say, man, I feel your song, Wish You Were Here. And they had another person whose friend had just moved halfway, best friend had moved across the country, and they were able to relate to my song. So I never realized that there was an aspect of my song that would help other people. So that made me feel good that people were able to connect, people were able to heal, and that it's just a feel-good song that people can go to when they're going through something. So, man, I hope you've healed from that, whatever you were going through.
Hey, don't be surprised if some of the different series and everything may feature your song, because a lot of times that happens a lot.
It's a blessing. Yeah, I've been on a couple soundtracks so far. I'm on the radio on 2 syndicated stations in Louisiana in daily rotation, which is a blessing. And like I said, I was considered for NBC Songland as well. So that's why I'm not in a hurry to push so many other songs because this song is still doing great things.
Yeah, and the person that sent you that question, it says Chris David 1981. So that way you know who we're talking about. Mike.
Definitely.
We see you. But since we are getting to the end and everything, you want to plug anything else like social media, any other side stuff you have coming up?
Yeah, definitely. I'm everywhere on social media and Voice of Array. I just did a freestyle to Track Star by Mooski, so you can check that out. It's on my page.
I heard before we went live.
Thank you. You like it?
I like it.
Thank you. I like the original song, so I definitely wanted to touch it and kind of remix it. That's on YouTube. That's on my IGTV as well, so go check that out. But yeah, y'all, I'm here. Voice of Array. New music coming soon.
He's working on it, y'all. That's all we're gonna say.
I'm working on it.
Now let me plug my stuff because we got to let him know to subscribe to your YouTube channel because I'll have it down because once you guys see this on IGTV, this will be on YouTube also, so that way you guys will know. And when you see YouTube, you will have how to subscribe to his YouTube channel, follow him on all his social media. You'll have all that information on there, so that way you can still get your get your promo on that.
Definitely, thank you. And my YouTube is actually, you can type in Array Ike. I did it like that because I went as Ike on G Status, and that was like the biggest thing I had going on right now. So if you type in Array Ike, I'll come up. I think it's Voice of Array, so you'll be able to get to it that way too.
Don't worry, I'm gonna have it down there so that way everybody can go on there and click on it immediately. So that way, because I know you have a lot of people who know you but don't know me.
That's right.
Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at KTookes.
Yes.
And then the KTookes spot, which I have on YouTube and everything else, that has the Twitter page at KTookes spot. And also they can subscribe to my channel, which is under my government name, which is KTookes II. And I'll have all that information down when you guys see the description box on YouTube, because I know IG, we're gonna make it about Ike and everything, so you guys will see it. But when we put this up there, do you want to put it as Array or we put it as Ike? How do you want me to do this for you?
I don't have a preference. Whatever you put.
Okay.
We can do Ike.
Because once we put it up there, we want to make sure we do everything right.
Yeah, you can use Ike. That's who I am.
So any last words you want to tell everybody?
Yeah, just best of luck to you and your platform and growing your platform, continuing to do your thing in the media world. Thank you, of course, for making space for me and my brand and my musicianship as well. Always a pleasure to come on and share and dialogue. So thank you. I wish you the best. Thank everybody who took the time out to watch the interview. God bless everybody. Stay safe.
Y'all stay safe. We appreciate you, Ike. So, all right, y'all. We're going to catch you on the next go-around. So, peace, y'all.
Thank you, my friend.
You're welcome, my friend.